Good morning, beloveds. I'm discombobulated. This week has just been all kinds of weird. Between the weather and my coworker being out, and I just can't catch up. So I'm a little right now. So I mean, I got it. I'm not stressing about it, but here we are. Okay. We are doing a new design for living. Let's do the housekeeping. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email info@creativelife.org. Whew. That gets you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot. It'll take you either right to the information of the person that can help you get it. It is also a blind CC, meaning nobody's going to see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email because of us. And what is the final point about that? Oh, yeah. It's literally one a week unless something unusual happens, which, considering where we live, Gulf Coast, our weather is unstable. It's usually weather related, so it doesn't happen that often. I say that, and then the weather's just been okay. Hang on. There's social media. We are doing this on the social media, so I should mention the social media. We do not monetize the social media. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do instead is go like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you are on, and then engage with the individual posts by reacting, sharing, commenting on the posts. It bumps us in the algorithms, which is the point of social media. More people see our stuff. So it's free and easy way you can support the center. All right. Let's move. Oh, I do have one quick programming note. I have been reading Emma Curtis Hopkins on Saturdays. I'm done with that book. I was going to read High Mysticism. I still can't find my copy of High Mysticism, but Jesse's starting a Bible wisdom class, and the book is called Reading the Bible Again for the First Time by Marcus Borg. Well, I looked up the YouTube video. Oh my gosh, I can do a better job. So I'm going to read the Reading the Bible Again for the first time, so I can get a couple of chapters ahead of the class, I hope, because I can't remember what order you read that book in. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on that book, and then once I finish that book, I'll pick up High Mysticism, because by then I will have a copy of it. Yeah, Jesse sent me the PDF, and I go cross-eyed after 5 minutes, so I don't want to put y'all through that. Instead... Yeah. So now, A New Design for Living was written by Ernest Holmes towards the end of his career. And what I like to describe this as is this is the process of science of mind. Yes, we are a religion, but we are only a religion for government paperwork. We are a philosophy. We are a way of life. That is what this is. This is kind of step by step how to do this. Yes, there is theory in this because Ernest can't help himself. But this is where he said, okay, you know what? This is the way you do this. All right. The funny thing is one of the fortune cookies last night said, we talked about the power of positive thinking, which I thought was really funny. So, all right. We are moving on into chapter 7, and chapter 7 is discovering yourself. So we're going to do the intro to the chapter 7 and probably that one, the first article. And he always starts with a quote. So the quote is, "In God our present power, which is the source of everything. Knowledge." Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me try this again. "In God our present power, which is the source of everything. Knowledge, which contains the details of the idea. And finally, will, which changes or produces things in accordance with the principle of the greatest good." And that's Leibniz. Leibnitz, in case you want to look them up. All right. Let's move on. Emerson said he waited the advent of anyone who would liken all the laws of nature to laws of thought. This wisest of Americans and one of the greatest thinkers of any age felt that the laws of mind must work with the same consistency and accuracy as the laws of physics or the laws of any of the exact sciences. In the period in which he wrote, there seemed no likelihood that this was possible, except in the realm of speculative thought, which at the time had little or no place in the fields of science. But times have changed. We have learned more about the nature of the world we live in during the past 100 years than during humanity's entire previous history. And during the past 100 years, or perhaps it should be shortened to 50 years, science has found out that there is more to be learned about the physical world than can be ascertained by measuring and weighing, more than can be determined by the position of a pointer on the scale. Instruments are most valuable to science. They are the tools with which it works, but they are not enough for the thinking people of science today. Certain prerequisites of the world we live in cannot be discovered by any physical means. Only the indication that they exist can be determined. I'm trying not to sneeze. Let's see. For this adventure of discovery, the people of science have turned to thought, pure thought. Out of the constructs of thought, they have created a greater concept of the universe, an edifice of magnificence which corresponds to the physical world and at the same time appears to correspond to a larger spiritual and mental world which must exist back of the physical world. Why has the mind of humanity been able to do this? Some say it is only because the mind of humanity in some way partakes of the nature of the spiritual world. For if it did not, we could not have ever even dimly recognized it, let alone begin to understand it. Okay. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Because there's a branch of physics called theoretical physics. There's also quantum physics, and I don't know kind of when quantum physics became a thing, and if Ernest, so I'm pretty sure Ernest was aware of quantum physics, but I'm not sure when quantum physics became a thing. I'd have to look it up. But I think that's what he's referencing here. It's like, look, you know what? There's something. But the point of that whole introduction is, if we weren't part of the mind that created it, we wouldn't even be aware of it. Okay, so a new unity. In humanity, we seem to have that point where heaven and earth meet, a place where the spiritual and the physical meet. Okay. The intangible spiritual always becomes the tangible form. But in humanity, the spiritual retains its identity as spirit and mind, while at the same time being tangible as the body, as the physical body. Only in this way would it be at all possible for what at first appears to be a small, insignificant, and limited person to comprehend in any way or to any degree what is larger or greater than the person is. That thing which is greater than they are is also what they are. Okay, so that thing which is greater than the person is also what that person is. Hi, Dante. You're almost in front. Come on, there. See those beautiful blue eyes? You're distracting me. A part can never encompass the whole, but the part could never recognize that there was a whole unless it was of like nature. The mind of a person, the mind of humanity is beginning to recognize itself for the greater thing it really is. It is only as science has freed itself from the domination of the pointer that it has been able to discover the greater universe. Okay. I think there he's referencing the weights and measures. It's like once science is gotten beyond the, we have to weigh and measure it. I mean, for God's sakes, they were weighing bodies as people passed to see if they could figure out how much the soul weighed. Right? Craziness. But there we are. As humanity's thought has been able to soar unconfined and unrestricted, this newfound freedom of the world of the mind, the world of thought, appears of increasing importance. In fact, of ultimate importance, the ultimate reality. Today, Emerson would be well pleased. There would be no need for him to advise the relating of mental and physical laws. They have been so related. Both are found to be aspects of a spiritual reality existing behind all things. There is no division, but a complete unity. If mental and physical laws have the same source, there must, of necessity, be a similarity, a reflection of their similar origin. Whether it be the mental or physical world we consider, we know that law does exist, that there is cause and effect, and this action is definable and demonstratable. Okay? But mostly, we have been too involved, too concerned with the world about us and its operation to pay much attention to the realm of the mind, the way it operates, and the laws relating to its operation. We seem to have studiously avoided consideration of it, when actually this should be our prime endeavor. Okay, Ernest, tell us what you really think. All right. So, in wrapping up, basically, Emerson said, look, I think that the spiritual laws and the physical laws are the same. And I need somebody to figure that out. And what Ernest is telling you is somebody did. That finally, that the scientists are starting to figure out that mental and physical are kind of, they at least have, but they both have laws, and the laws are consistent. And that right there, the laws are consistent, is why science of mind works. Okay? Because if the laws were not consistent, science of mind wouldn't work. We wouldn't still be here. We wouldn't still be doing this. But the laws work. So the goal is, once you learn the laws, then you can work the laws. As I told a customer yesterday, and I forget what it was in reference to, but it was like, I said, I've been here over 20 years. I know what rules I can bend, okay? Because I know the rules. And that's the same thing with science of mind. Once you know how it works, you are going to be far more efficient at using it, and you will begin to get the results that you want, rather than the haphazard results that you've been getting because you haven't been clear on what you've been doing. Because you've been using the laws the whole time. You've been using the rules the whole time. It's time to learn what they are so you use them more efficiently. All right. That is it. All right. So I'm going to wrap this up and remind you that, encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, and fantastic day, magical day, a magical day, and enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. Hey, let's wrap this week up day, because I am done with it day. Make sure you protect your people, plants, pipes, and pets, because the weather's about to take a turn for the "are you kidding me" again. A bundle, dress in layers, because I know where we live. Dress in layers, drink plenty of water. It is extremely important not to get dehydrated during the winter, and it's very easy to do. A cuddle your fur babies, let's take care of business. Make sure you make time to sit down today. Take care of yourself, and do what you got to do. All right? And have a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. Okay? You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. Your spirit in motion, God in action, a brilliant light and a divine spark and a beautiful masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time at your own pace. That's my favorite part of that sentence. And, as Reverend Jesse likes to call it, you are godly. So explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. Anything at all is possible. All right, beloveds. Well, the cats are in here asleep, and they're going to be very disappointed when I leave, but it is what it is. So, all right. Did I say get to know who the divine knows you to be? Because the divine knows you to be good, and from there, anything is possible. All right. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you. I don't know what time. It depends on whether or not Tom has to work or not, and what time I get to go to the park. Because if he doesn't have to work tomorrow, then I'm going to go to the park later instead of at the crack of the dawn when it's going to be freezing. So, all right. But I will do this. And like I said, I'm going to start the Borg book tomorrow as well. And yeah, then I will see you tomorrow. Know that you are loved. I will see you.